Life Audio.
Welcome to the Crosswalk Devotional. We're glad to have you listening with us. Today's topic is wisdom to make hard decisions. We'll return with this devotional after a brief message from our sponsors. Wisdom to make hard decisions. Written and read by Kelly Bellari. Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself." Matthew 22:37-39. Cliff Notes. A thesis statement. A mission for an organization. 10 pages of writing condensed to 1 page. What do all these things have in common? They've boiled a whole lot down to a main point. Jesus boils everything down for us in Matthew 22 after the disciples asked Jesus, "What's the greatest commandment?" Here, Jesus pointedly answers, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself." Matthew 22:37-39. Our calling, our being, and our existence all boils down to this: love. The essence of what all God wants is that we love Him with our all and love our neighbors as we love ourselves. In just 2 sentences, Jesus gives us a clear mandate here with needed direction for our life. And we need this because there are times when we just don't know what to do. I am in one of those seasons right now. I need to make wise decisions, and I don't have much time to do so. In this, it can feel very easy to give into pressure to do what I should do or to do what others want me to do. What do we really do in spaces like this? When we don't know what to do, when we aren't sure of what decision to make, when we can't decide how we should talk to someone, when we can't figure out how to proceed with our finances, when we are at a crossroad where we must decide something major. If it all boils down to these 2 commands, we must return to them when facing hard decisions by asking ourselves, as we vet all our options, these 2 things. Number 1, will this way cause me to love God with all my heart, all my soul, and all my mind? Laying within this question are more questions. We also ask, are there snares on this path that have to do with fear of man that I need to recognize? Are there distractions down this way that may cause me to become complacent or to compromise? Am I far more prone to temptation and to sin because this is not actually the path of wisdom? Proverbs 14:22. There is a way that appears to be right, but in the end it leads to death. Number 2, we ask, will this way help me to love my neighbor as myself? Here we can go deeper by asking, is this decision selfish or selfless? Will this road cause me burnout, diminishing what I have to pour out? Am I venturing down this road out of obligation to others or out of real devotion to God? What will become of my reserves of love as I walk down this path? Will I be effective in loving others? Love never fails. 1 Corinthians 13:8. In a time where we have 1,000 competing voices, where information is coming at us 1,000 miles a minute, where people are texting us with a bazillion opinions, where the world is telling us what prosperity and power looks like, we aren't prone to think in the way of love, but we are told to be led by the Spirit of Christ and by the mind of Christ. His mind is far different than the ways of the world. Intersecting faith and life. The highest wisdom is love. David, a man after God's own heart, begets Solomon, a man of utmost wisdom. How can you make love your GPS? How might God want to lead you in the right way to go as you pursue love, the highest and greatest commandment?
The Crosswalk Devotional is a production of Life Audio and Salem Media. If you liked what you heard today, please take a second to rate and review this podcast in your favorite podcast app so that more listeners like you can find the show. For more faith-filled, inspirational podcasts, visit us at lifeaudio.com.